Good morning. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Thursday to everyone. It is El Tour de Tucson week, so we are continuing our coverage with El Tour de Tucson, and I have here as my co-host Steve Rivera. Good morning.
Good morning. You're decked out.
Yeah. This is the actual jersey that I'll be wearing on Saturday when I'm riding. So
what jersey is that representing so many people?
Yeah. So Jeff Saunders and I, Jeff Saunders was my co-host on Tuesday, we formed a racing team 4 years ago,
Okay.
and so we collect sponsors, and then we give the money to some nonprofits. So
Great.
We pick our own nonprofits every year.
Oh, good for you. And you have a lot of good advertisers.
Yeah. So a lot of our fellow business owners, which pretty much everyone that's on this jersey, we know from networking or we've done business with ourselves. They step up, and
Very cool.
this year we are giving money to Track. We're giving money to We Care Tucson, and we're giving money to Southern Arizona Book Heroes.
Oh, great organizations.
Yeah. And I believe we have on the line, Tony, do we have on the line? Yeah, there he is. Damion, welcome.
Have me.
Hey, good morning.
He's not wearing your garb.
No,
What's up with that thing? You didn't get the memo?
No, I saw you wearing that, and I was like, should I, put on an El Grupo one?
There you go.
On Tucson, Easter Seals.
Hey,
I keep going. Tunadito.
Just don't do it now.
I'll-
Just don't take off his. Just don't.
Just don't take anything off, Steve. I know where you're going with that.
So, Damion, are you a jersey junkie like me? Because I have like probably over 30 jerseys that I filter through for my rides.
I just find that I go to do my laundry every week, and the only thing I'm washing are kits. I don't even wear clothing anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that almost all my jerseys, though, have come from El Tour de Tucson, just riding for the different charities over the years,
Yeah.
and so many amazing nonprofit partners. And this year, I think we're going to go probably over 125, $130 million total raised through El Tour.
Wow. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about that, because I don't think the common person knows just where all that money goes for El Tour de Tucson, because they charge us, we have an entry fee to ride in the race, and then where does that money go?
Well, it's more that when you're registering, you can choose to ride for one of our nonprofit partners.
Mhm.
This year, we have over 100 different ones.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's pretty amazing. The largest fundraiser total, I think Rotary International has done quite a bit. It's pretty amazing how many of their riders come down. But then, some small ones, like if you want to support youth cycling, ride for El Grupo or the new Beyond Racing Team. I mean, there's just so many different options, and all of that money that they raise after the registration fee goes directly to those charities.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been involved with El Tour de Tucson?
I think my first ride with El Tour was in 2007 or 2008.
Okay.
And and then over the years, at one point I managed the nonprofits for a year. I've ridden for a nonprofit every year. Some years I've tried to ride for everyone. I haven't looked at my totals, but I know I'm well over 100,000 that I've raised since 2008.
Oh, that's so great.
One of Damien's distinctions, I think a couple of years ago, Damion, you could tell me, he started at the back of the pack and tried to, pass everybody in front of him.
Oh, okay.
And while he did, he raised money while doing that. Every rider he passed, he got money.
Oh, that is so
I don't know
cool.
how much money you raised then, though.
Yeah, that was last year, and I don't have the exact number, but it was over 10,000. And my goal was to pass 2,000 riders, and to the number, I passed 2,000, and I
Oh.
figured that out. Yeah, I figured out by where my finishing number was, and then I went to the back and saw there was 2,100 and whatever riders.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. We did the exact same thing our first year that we rode, but not on purpose. We just we got into the start line late, and so we ended up just being the last ones there. But I passed 950 people, for that race for our first time riding. So, and it's a pretty cool feeling.
Sure. I was going to say, why don't you continue to do that just to see how much you can improve, or if you do improve?
Yeah. Well, this year I'm doing the 63.
Oh, okay.
I've only done the 32 before,
Okay.
so it's going to be a different race for
a different
me.
feel.
Yeah, it's going to be a different feel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
for the 100-mile race, I think it's a great idea to start last, give everybody like 20 minutes to start, and then
yeah.
you just basically go out and ride for 100 miles without anyone around you.
Oh
So for
yeah.
the people who've been like, I don't want to ride with all those people, like that's the option. Just show up late. You don't have to be up so early. The weather's better, and then just go out and enjoy it. The sag stops will still have plenty of food for you.
Well,
Yeah.
to both your points, many use this as a race, right? So the leaders at the top and the
Right.
guys who are in the middle or the back, they use it as a ride to
Oh
raise
yeah.
money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there's no way that I can even think about keeping up with the guys in the front. So I don't even fantasize about it.
So outside of raising money, what's your purpose? Or do you have one?
My purpose pretty much every year is to finish the race, and when I was doing the 32 mile, it was to finish better than the year before.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's this weird thing that every year we get older. So,
Sucks.
for the statistics are, that you're going to have some health issues and, different things
down.
like that. So, hey, if I can just keep doing it and finishing the race
Mhm.
and have fun with, some of my friends, then that's my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 10,000 riders out there this year, there's 10,000 different experiences.
Yeah.
And it's one of the nice things. I mean, Steve, I appreciate you in documenting that and finding all the little stories, because it may be three generations of family members all riding together. Somebody who's been going through, cancer and is, fighting for their lives right now, and they're still out there riding. I mean, there's so many great stories, and it's the stories of the bike that I really love. I mean, there's nothing quite as good as being the slowest one out there and going back, finishing with those that rider. I've done that a lot,
Oh,
where
yeah.
just helping out, asking that last rider, do you want company? Do you want somebody to hang out with you? Sometimes they're so grateful to have it, and other times they're like, no, I'm just out here. I want to be by myself. I'm enjoying this, and so many different ways of doing it. And there's no right way, there's no wrong way. But I do know that the winner tomorrow is going to put in less effort than that last person. I
Ah,
mean, the person at the back absolutely puts in. It's a much more epic ride for them and a much
yeah.
greater day,
Well,
without question.
if you remember, 2019, there was a nonprofit, and I know this because it was my friend's nonprofit. There was somebody in a unicycle, and he did the
Yes.
102. He started at 7, obviously, with everybody else, and finished about 6 or 7.
Okay.
But he was determined to finish. Broke a couple of fingers falling off his bike
Wow.
along the way, but he was determined to finish and raise the money that he had promised to raise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Steve, how long have you been involved with El
Since
Tour de Tucson?
2013.
Oh, okay.
2013, and in my role now since 2019.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And you write for them, and then you
I-
volunteer with them.
I write for them and I try to do as much publicity as I can before the ride all week. Let
Yeah.
people know about our road closures and delays.
Yes.
That's the big thing right now as
Yeah.
we get closer. But that's alerting people what's happening
Right.
and trying to soothe their calm their nerves with the traffic. Although there'll be some, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. And I know some people get upset with the road closures and all that, but it's for one day. One
Well,
day out of the 365 days.
I,
of the
I
year.
like Damion probably thank you for saying that, because it is one day.
Yeah.
There's 365 days in the year. One
Right.
day. Look at the percentage of times in a year. That's less than 1%. Obviously.
Exactly.
But-
It's on Saturday morning, and
But
yeah. but people get their feathers ruffled
Yes.
every once in a while.
yes.
But Damion, you're a huge cycling advocate here in Tucson. I mean, you're on your bike all the time. What do you hear about the traffic closures and everything for the race?
More than hearing, I try and just spread the word. I mean,
Mm.
as a real estate agent, I figure my fellow agents know everyone. So it's getting
Yeah.
out the text, all the managers and the different locations. Tell your agents to share this information. Here's the map. It's
Oh.
really not that bad if you know which areas to avoid.
Yes.
So it's so many benefits to Southern Arizona, to Tucson, the tourism, the amount of money that this brings in for, through the bedrooms and for all the shops, the restaurants, that if you want to have a vital, a community that is doing well, you have to have revenue.
Oh,
And El Tour not only brings in so much for our charities, but also for our businesses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all those people who are inconvenienced, they work in those businesses and their friends own those businesses. And if you want to have nicer infrastructure, you have to have revenue. And L Tour is revenue for businesses, it's revenue for charities. It's just there's so much goodness that comes out of it that we need to focus on that instead of the inconvenience of a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. And I know just, usually starting in September, you see a lot more people on the loop, groups of riders, and you can tell that
Yeah.
the tour is coming up.
Damion could talk more specifically about that because he does help a lot with the loop. But let me say this: of the 100% of the riders on the tour this weekend, about 30 to 35% are from out of town.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you have a lot of locals, but you have a lot of people from out of town.
Yeah.
23 countries are representative, and every state is representative, at least one person.
Yeah.
So, to Damien's point, and they find when they're riding around the town, they see, hey, this is not a bad place to live.
Yeah.
So why not maybe buy a condo, buy a house eventually?
Sure. Come back and visit, again, especially during the winter.
Right.
I remember one year I was standing in line to get my packet, and it was 70 degrees out here. Nice sunny day. And I was standing in line with this lady that was in front of me. She was from Wyoming, and she said the high over there was 30 that day. So she was so thankful to be standing in
Summer
70
here
degree.
for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Summer here.
But I'm sure there's many, many stories out there.
Sure. Like Damion says, there's a lot of inspirational stories.
Yeah.
A lot of people writing for people who need the help, and just a lot of feel good. I mean, at the end of the day, and I said this yesterday on TV, it's kind of like going to church in a sense that it's cathartic.
Yeah.
And you do if you're raising money for people, even if you're not, that you just feel good about doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And like I mentioned before, I mean, I have several friends that we're all riding together, so of course we all throughout the year we ride together.
Yeah.
So we have that community, whether it's mountain biking or road cycling. Yeah.
You haven't even meant, and Damion will point this out, because he's in shape like crazy, but it's great for your health, obviously.
Yes.
Such bicycle shape right there.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I'm sure that's one of your purposes as well.
It is. It is. Yeah. I mean, being in my 50s now, I mean, the one of the purposes is to eat better and exercise, because we're not only doing it for today, but we're doing it for 20 years from now, 70-year-old Ron.
Sure. When you're going to be out there riding, right?
I hope so. That's my goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your, how do you feel about that, Damion?
You're talking about the physical.
Yeah.
The physical side is just part of it. I think the mental side is equally as important. I mean, for me, that's my medication. I haven't missed a day of riding since 2023. I never do less than 45 minutes a day. And this year I'm averaging close to 4.5 hours a day on average.
Wow.
So I've just found a way that I've incorporated cycling into everything I do. The only times I'm going to get in the car is if I have something too big that I can't get my panniers. And it was just a lifestyle decision for me because anytime I went somewhere and I arrived on bike, I was happy. I'm more engaged. Senna has this amazing helmet with the Bluetooth in it that I can have conversations while riding. So if you want to put more time in the saddle, there's ways that you can do it. It's just making that decision, and you'll just, it's a much happier life for me. I mean, I've gone through a lot of adversity on and off the bike in the last 2 years, but the bike has been my constant, and it just keeps me focused, happy. It's hard to have a bad day. The weather. I was actually I was driving over to you this morning, and I just couldn't get in the car. I didn't want to miss a ride, but I also didn't want to ride out there in the rain. Although I did consider that training for Saturday because we might get a little moisture.
I think we're going to get rain on Saturday. Pretty sure.
We might. But, you put on your raincoat. Once you're pedaling, your engine's hot. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you're not really comfortable riding in the rain, just give people a little bit more space, go a little bit slower, and you'll find that you're going to be by yourself after the start within a few minutes.
Yeah.
You
find your own stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Adjust.
Between both you guys, because you guys know the cyclists as well as I do, but you're out there with them. How many people do you think are like you out there, where it's Damion, maybe not to your
there's nobody
you're
like
kind of a
me.
casual guy.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of people, and it's from all walks of life. It's from the blue collar guy to the white collar guy.
Mhm.
We have attorneys out there. Some very
Yeah.
prominent attorneys out
Every
there.
profession.
Yeah, so every profession is out there. The radio guys, TV guys.
Mhm.
There's everyone out there. So and I think pretty much just like Damion said, it's part of your therapy. I mean, you feel better, and especially getting out there in the outdoors. And we have the beautiful scenery out here with the mountains surrounding us. And
Well, I'm doing a story for tomorrow. I'm publishing it today. I do a story about a battalion chief from the Pasco-Yaqui tribe
Okay.
who says when I get stressed
Mhm.
and I have stuff to think about,
Yeah.
I get on the bike
Yeah.
and take a ride because it allows me time to think about my issues and how to figure it out.
Yeah, you start processing
Mhm.
things, yeah. And you come up with so many good ideas. I come up with so many good show ideas and people to interview and everything. The unfortunate thing is I don't have any way to write it down when I'm writing.
By the time you're at the end of the day,
Yeah, I forget half of it.
I can help you out with that. So I also write for a couple newspapers, and what I have gotten to is opening up notes in Apple, and I just monologue,
Okay.
and then I have all those things there. So at the end of a ride, that's how I'll deal with it. If I have a client and we're dealing with something that's a little tricky, I'll get on the bike immediately and either talk to them or talk through it just into my notes, go through all the options of what they can do. You just think better, clearer, when you're not stressed. And, I'll go out for a 20, 30-minute ride and get a letter written that if I'd been in the office would have taken me 3 hours and 14 cups of coffee and, pacing up and down and doing every other distraction in the world because I wouldn't want to do it. Whereas I get on the bike, it's a clarity and it's really good. I wanted to go back to about, being like other riders. One of the things that's really neat over the years is how you do transform. So when I hear people talking about their stories and it's their first finish and they've accomplished riding in the 30-mile ride,
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I ride on average, 45 miles a day, it may seem like there's no thrill to, oh, what's a 30-mile ride? Who cares? I get so excited hearing people's stories that, they went out and this year they accomplished that. I've seen people, I am always talking about bikes. I've had people come up to me and say, you got me excited about this. I got into it. I lost 175 pounds.
Oh
And
yeah.
like stories like that, you just go life changing.
Yeah. It really is. And it's I mean, one of the things just encouraging people around you to make those changes. And because it's for the better.
And it's kind of addicting. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you see the results. Well, I got to continue.
Yeah.
I got to continue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's kind of a pyramid scheme,
To yourself.
to yourself, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you can see your weight fluctuating, you can see your moods fluctuating if you're not on that bike.
Yeah, I moved to Tucson in the late 80s, and I would say it was maybe in high school or college the first time I got stuck in El True traffic. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm going to do this someday.
Oh
And
wow.
I clearly, I just remember that, like just sitting there and I'm sure other people were like, I can't believe I'm here. I'm like, look at, I've got a front row seat at a parade. It's a
Yeah.
parade of bikes. Look at all the pretty colors.
That's definitely a different reaction than most people have, but it's true. Yeah. I mean, if you could just, watch those thousands of people go by, that's an awesome sight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not just the finishers because they're coming down fast, but
Yeah.
and then when the others come,
Yeah.
you can see their families or their friends, whatever, cheering them on in
Right.
packs or by themselves.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember the first time we rode, which was 4 years ago, and just being in the middle of that, huge crowd.
How did you feel?
The adrenaline was incredible. We're just pumped up. Like I said, I can never dream about finishing. With those top performers because those guys are just incredible.
Yeah,
But-
and they do that for almost a living.
Yeah. But just being out there
Mhm.
and just knowing that I'm going to finish the race and being out there with a bunch of my friends and everything, it was great.
Yeah, I recommend sometime getting a little bit faster so you can stay up at the front. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
My mantra is always, start slow, taper fast. The only time I'm fast is when I'm going into the taper.
Okay.
But I'd have ridden with the front group for the first 60, 70 miles before. and it's quite a thrill. I mean, it's really fun. Just it's easier than you would think, and it's one of the hardest things you can ever do, because when you're in the draft and it's just everybody's going, you're just sitting in, and it's not too bad, but then it takes off, and all of a sudden there's a sprint, and if you don't go with the effort, you're gone. You're blown out the back immediately.
Yeah.
But as long as you stay in there, you use about 30% less effort if you're drafting.
Right.
So it does allow a lot of people who couldn't ride up front or with them to actually hang in there for a while.
Okay.
So it's just it's fun, all the different little nuances, different types of riding. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can be out there and fun, and they're all good. They're all different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going slow Saturday.
Are you doing the full race, or are you going to be volunteering and taking pictures, or a little bit of both?
I'm not sure what I'm doing. I really, definitely want to hang out for the 5K, for the run. I think that that's a really great addition. I've been the photographer for Run Tucson for years. So in addition to, riding, I also love taking photos. So maybe go out with the early ride and do 10 miles, 15 miles, get back for the run. Then go out with the 60. My son is the youth development director at El Grupo Youth Cycling. So he's got Grupito, the little kids. He's got the C team, and it'll probably take 5 hours to do the 30-mile one. So I'm sure at some point I'll either finish and go
yeah.
back to them, or I might ride with them the whole day. It's like every year I see it develops in a different way, and there's always something fun. I don't know what race day brings, but I'm sure it'll bring a unique and fun story.
Right.
Well, let me say that there's more than 1,000 people running to Saturday morning.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, about 1,200 actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned maybe on one of your videos or when I was talking to you that there's about 11,000 people total for the run and the rides.
Probably even more than that combined. But
Wow.
we're closing in on 10,000 right now.
Okay.
In terms of cyclists, we're expecting more than 10,000. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a little soggy right now, so
Yes.
we'll see what happens on Saturday.
Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty soggy for us on
Yeah,
Saturday.
it was a little soggy 2 years ago,
Mhm.
but it was a nice drizzle, not a rain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was already clear as you got out for like 4 or 5 hours as you were coming back. It was not bad. It was
we got rained on when we were coming back. Yeah,
So
but just for like 5 or 10 minutes.
we're hopeful that it'll be kind of if at worst that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad having
No.
a cloudy day at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Don't forget to hydrate no matter
yes,
what.
Yes.
Right?
Hydrate and get some fuel in your body. Some
Yes.
good fuel. Yeah.
In fact, we're going to have Mr. Bittorf here in a little bit talking about the safety stuff too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Damion, thank you so much for joining us
Can
today.
I say one more thing? So
Yeah.
also come on down to the expo. There's lots of good things. This piece right here is the original, but Velociprints was a art show. It's all bike posters. I'm one of the artists. Nathan Saxton has put that together. We had an official event at the Grand a couple nights ago. So there's lots of fun things that would appeal to everybody. Some really cool art. And I went down to the expo last night. A lot of the charities will be represented, as
Yep.
well as if you want to get some cycling gear and some cool paraphernalia. It's a great place to hang out.
It is. We'll be down there this afternoon.
Oh,
So,
great!
Yeah.
Picking up your packet.
Me
Right.
too.
Yeah, picking up the packet and going through the expo. We love it. It's a great
Yeah.
expo.
Yeah.
It is. Well, Damion, thank you for joining us today. It's always a
Yeah, I
pleasure.
hope to come back. I've
Yeah.
got some other projects coming up. GABA bike art or GABA toy ride is coming up on December
that's right.
13th. I'm chairing that, and there'll be rides going from all over town. You can bring donations in. If you are heading down to the expo, bring a toy down. I think we're at booth 45 near the beer garden with the Endurance Project, and we have a little donation box. So hope to see you down there.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks, Damon.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
At Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, we know your home is more than four walls. It's where family gathers and comfort matters most. During the month of November, with the purchase of a new HVAC system, we'll include a free water heater or take $1,000 off your installation. It's our way of helping keep your home cozy, efficient, and worry-free. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, where home wellness begins.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
Welcome back to Southwest Flavor. We're talking El Tour de Tucson. We've been talking about it all week since it's race week. Mm-hmm. And Steve, you brought us another guest for today.
Yes, as we know, things happen. It's 102 miles, 62 miles, 32 miles, and other kids' miles and running and all that. So there's a lot of people down there just in case. And we hope this does not happen. Some people run into situations with their bike or things like that. We have Brad here, Brad Bittorf, head of SAG. So he knows all about that stuff.
Welcome, Brad. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Can you bring your mic up just a little bit? Yeah,
I can do that.
There you go. Perfect.
All right.
So what does SAG stand for?
There's a couple different definitions out there. We tend to use support and guidance. Typically, it's supporting gear, although in our event, we don't carry a lot of gear with us. Simple stuff, spare inner tubes, things like that. But we have some other folks along the route that can take care of more significant mechanical issues.
Okay. Right.
And we also have Bike Patrol that helps out with the people who get injured, fall, things like that as well. So Bike Patrol and SAG are two of the crucial parts of the ride.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I didn't know the SAG position, but I do, know about the Bike Patrol because we've seen them out there. And, unfortunately, people do crash, whether it's
they crash or they break a spoke or something that happens.
Yeah. How many people are involved with you guys?
I think we're in the high 20s right now in terms of people. We have 18 or 20 vehicles out there.
Can you talk about the logistics and how you get out there on the route?
Right. So most of this crew is pretty experienced, which is a good deal. But we deploy people to different starting positions along the route. Try to anticipate where the need is going to be. Yeah. And that always is a little bit dynamic depending on the wind, the weather, things like that. And the vehicles are radio dispatched, and we travel all over the entire route, including all the distances.
Right.
So we've got people in transition and moving all the time across there. We get out. We get some some private vehicles, some that are procured on behalf of El Tour. And we were out there before the starting time, before we expect the first rider to reach each station. And as the calls come in, and there's a whole variety of ways that calls can come in, people call the hotline, emergency services, the operations center. We get informed of what it is and deploy typically the nearest SAG vehicle. I will alert people that don't expect that you're necessarily going to immediately be returned to the finish line, because we do like to fill up our vehicles and bring them downtown at that point, to be able to serve as many people as we can.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And there is, along the route, there's several like first aid stations and break stations.
There are, I think they're counting 12 aid stations, because they count the start-finish line as one of them. There's 11 along the route. Roughly every 12 miles or so.
Correct. Provide food. I'm sure you stopped a time or two.
I haven't stopped on the El Tour.
You're worried about you're worried about your time.
Yeah, I'm like, look at all those people I can pass.
right. So, but you don't have bananas. Kind of energizing type of food.
I've stopped at the El Tour de Scottsdale. Just because of the elevation on that one, it kind of kicked me in the butt. So I stopped for some bananas and different bars and stuff.
Bananas, oranges. We have different groups that provide different things. I know Aid Station 1 is providing pickle juice. The Girl Scouts are out there, and guess what they bring?
Yeah, they bring their cookies. Exactly. They're way down south,
and you
right?
pass. You don't pass them, or do you don't pass?
I do pass them.
And you don't stop for that?
I don't stop for that.
I'm surprised.
By the time you get to that point, because they're usually way down south, right? Like around Aerospace Park.
They're on the way. Basically, on the way back to the finish.
Yeah, so then you're focused. You want to get back to that finish line.
Right. So you're one of the strong riders. For the ones that are like, oh, I can just barely make it. Okay, I got to stop here, and that'll get me the last boost to get home.
Yeah. Well, I've always ridden the 32, and now I'm doing the 60. So so it's going to be a different dynamic. And
yeah, he might stop for that.
I might stop. Yeah. Now, for people that don't know, the total route, I mean, all three distances share a lot of the route together.
Right.
And then the longer distances go off to the extended parts of the route.
Right. You get farther into Vail by Pistol Hill. You get farther south down by the mines in Green Valley, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Sure. I want to say this. I'm not sure why I'm saying this, but I'm going to say this. A lot of people on social, as we see, we publish a lot of stuff on social through the media. People say it's no longer the El Tour de Tucson. It is. It is because we're going east. We're going south. When we went to Oro Valley and Tamarena, no one said anything about that.
No.
We were doing other things.
Yeah.
And if we rode in the city, imagine that on the roads. It would make.
We couldn't ride down Speedway or 22nd
or
Street
should you,
or something.
Right? There's too many things.
Right.
So this is a fair and a nice route, and you've done it a few times.
I love this route.
Yeah. It's not as crazy with the washes and things like that, or obstacles, if you will.
Yeah.
Now it's a faster route. The winners or the leaders finish 20 minutes faster than they have been in the past.
Okay.
So instead of finishing at 10:45, 3:45 going out there.
Yeah.
It's almost 3:30.
Wow.
So we had to adjust some of the platinum times moving forward because it's been so fast. I mean, they've gotten better. The cyclists more determined, and the route is quicker.
And it's always passed by the boneyard, the used airplanes.
Yeah.
All the distances do that. If you're doing the 60, you go by. The vistas approaching the Rincon Mountains up by Vail. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get to go past at least a portion of the pecans.
Pecans, right.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't done the 60 yet. I didn't even drive the route or anything. So.
Right. So you'll be, enlightened what's out there if you haven't done it already, like you haven't. But it's going to be a nice, and I'm sure there's places that you've already determined where you're going to have trouble.
Pistol Hill.
Some of the hills, and I was going to say
elevation,
Pistol Hill. Right.
Yeah, because the 32 mile is pretty much completely flat. I think there might be 300 feet of elevation for the whole ride. Yeah.
Right.
Have you prepared for that extra 32?
No, because I just came back from Hawaii. So we did 8 days of Hawaii and we did 5 days of Vegas before that.
The only year of volunteering I ever missed since I started in 2003 was the year that I went to Hawaii.
We'll see how you go. I usually see you downtown walking around after the ride, and you're we're still refreshed, if you will. Tired, but refreshed. I guess I'll have to see how you are after the 62.
I know I can do it. I know that's not going to be a time to brag about, but but I can definitely finish.
Well, and that's part of your charm is you want to complete the mission.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not alone with that. I mean, we have a few thousand, obviously, who have that same goal. It's not about time; it's about doing it, finishing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And even the people who don't finish it are pretty excited about attempting it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we will pick up people, that obviously typically don't expect to be with the SAG, but they'll often enjoy the scenery along the route.
Oh, yeah.
And we get nice compliments sometimes in the van. And we get people who are frustrated, and I understand that. We've been training for, a month up here in the snow in Minneapolis or Buffalo or wherever they come from.
Yeah.
And something happens, right? Their chain breaks or something. And
I've seen it at the beginning. I've seen it because I'm at the beginning.
Oh, sure.
Listening off, and people are, their chains weren't connected or something malfunctioned. And here's your chance to get ready. Make sure everything is copacetic before you start.
Yeah, I think last year on the 32 mile, there was a race, or there was a crash right there at the beginning of aviation. So it was just
a mile in.
Yeah.
So we hate to see that, but obviously we'll support. I've seen some great acts of kindness by people too, and this was probably 10 years ago. But some guy had a bent rim or something, and he was ready to go in the SEG van, and another rider said, "I'm just not feeling well, but my bike's good. Here, take my wheel."
Wow!
Oh, wow! Well, that's a good story.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And he was able to finish that way, which is cool.
Yeah,
and he never saw the bike again.
As far as I know, we never saw the wheel. But the guy didn't care. He was like, "You finish. If you can finish with my equipment, go do it."
That's a great story.
That is a great story. I'm sure there's many of them out there. I mean, the cycling community is fantastic. It really is.
Well, they're all unison, right? You all have that same purpose, brotherhood, if you will, sisterhood.
Yeah.
And we have 10,000, 12,000, whatever out there, 12,000 total maybe. Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
It may be the same. Most of them are different.
Yeah. And we see a lot of each other on the loop, and being in Tucson, we have the pleasure of riding all year long. I mean, during the summer, we're riding at 5 a.m. or whatever, but still, we're not battling snow. Most of the time, we're not battling any kind of precipitation. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It is, it's a clear day almost all the time. And you just have to think about the heat and make sure that you're hydrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I did a story yesterday with Banner and their doctors, and sometimes even when it's not hot out, you have to worry about, like we talked about.
Oh, of course.
Hydration,
you always have to hydrate.
Or overheated when you've done that many miles.
Yeah.
You just got to take care of yourself. And like I said, you cyclists, whether you're novice or pros who've been doing it for a while, they know.
Yeah.
I mean, they should know.
Yeah. And you know your body.
Exactly.
You know your body.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you have good days and bad days, but you know your body.
Yeah, people from Florida or New Orleans or wherever come out if you're from Denver, you'll laugh at this, right? Yeah. We do have elevation here. The route's 25 to 3,500 feet roughly on the long route.
Right.
And that can affect some people. So you need to stay hydrated in advance, right?
Yeah.
Don't wait till it's too late.
It was funny because when we did the one from Marana, and you go from north to south, and people didn't realize you're not going downhill. You're going uphill.
Right.
You probably did that one, didn't you?
No. I think I started the first year of this new route.
Oh, the new route. Oh, okay. Good for you. Yeah. So I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But we're no longer doing that.
Well, let's take a quick sponsor break, and then we'll be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, We're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
At Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, we know your home is more than four walls. It's where family gathers and comfort matters most. During the month of November, with the purchase of a new HVAC system, we'll include a free water heater or take $1,000 off your installation. It's our way of helping keep your home cozy, efficient, and worry-free. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, where home wellness begins.
Picturox Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
Welcome back. We're here at Southwest Flavor talking El Tour de Tucson with Brad and Steve. And so there's a lot of logistics that go into your position and just trying to figure out everything. Let's talk a little bit about that.
We actually start checking on our volunteer set in August just to make sure that we got people coming back. There's always people that move or people who this year they're taking a family vacation on Thanksgiving, that sort of thing. One of my guys is getting married this year, so he's opted out for volunteering this year. But we're pretty dynamic. We've had some changes. There's a death in the family of one of our people, so we called back some volunteers from a number of years ago. And every member of the SAG team, we supply them information to help them get around road closures. One of the nice documents that Steve generates, we do use it, and just list how to use the radio. We do training. I think we had 3 training sessions this year for our team. So a combination of old news, some things that, as I said, we had some challenges last year on some parts of the route. So we have new strategies. So we socialize that. Everybody comes in, pick up vehicles, signage, right? Because we want to be able to be identified. The law enforcement community has been getting information about what our vehicles are going to look like, so that in case the road is closed, we still can get there. Now, there are cases where even we can't get down there, depending on what's going on. Partly because of that, we also are deploying some motorcycle. I guess we call them SAGs, but really they're a little bit of scouts for us. Many of them are coming with spare tubes and stuff. They can. Some of them can help change tires and so on, but they can get to some of the constrained areas that are harder to get to with a big van, that sort of thing. Let us know what's going on. If we need to send more vehicles, we will do that. Right.
And you said that you're pretty much strategically staged all over the routes.
Right. I think the current plan has at least the first 5 aid stations, and a lot of the sort of halfway points between them, we'll have vehicles stationed at the start. And actually the first 6, now that I think about it. And then some of the people, as soon as we'll clear out of the early aid stations, we'll move people over to the later ones. And given the geography in between, we need to kind of try to jump ahead on that in some cases. Our folks are, live all over town, and we allow them to deploy close to home in a lot of cases. But we tell them, you won't be there all day. You'll be moving. You'll be carrying people back and forth.
Pretty much all of you guys are going to be moving the whole day.
Right.
I'm curious, on a scale of 1 to 10, how busy are you?
Last year, we were probably a 9 or a 10. It was weird because the first hour was very quiet, and then, everything erupted at once. We took 40% more calls last year than we did any other year. Now, we did have more participants. So that's a factor as well. And we've been factoring that into how many vehicles do we need. We have more vans than we did last year. Our other category, we call them chasers, typically pickups or SUV with a bike rack, that sort of thing. So we can get a couple bicycles. And our strategy is often to carry a few people to an aid station or to where a bigger van is and load that up and send it downtown.
Okay.
I think a lot of that's attributed is to first timers.
Yeah.
Who get on the ride. They want to use this as a bucket list. Hey, I'd like to do that. And they're not fully aware until you don't know until you know. Right?
Sure, of course.
And here they are.
Yeah.
Or you may, we've run into all kinds of things. We've had people in the first, there's the old route, but the first 10 miles they had 2 flats. So who expected that, right? But they were strong. I think it was a tandem. And they were strong riders, and they caught up to the pack after a while, which was great. That's another thing for the riders. You don't expect to be riding alone. A lot of people in the past, hopefully it's better now, used to, I don't need a map. I'm just going to be following somebody the whole distance. Well, you get a flat tire, you're separated from the pack. So you need to know where those turns are.
Yeah.
We have signage and stuff out there, but
I've always felt that your signage is pretty good.
And it gets a little better every year. The signs are I saw them at the office yesterday, a big pile. They were being transported to where they needed to go.
Yeah.
But we just want to let everyone know also that if you are in that situation, you need to call. You guys might be really busy. So just be patient. Just be patient with you guys because, you're out picking up someone else or you're taking someone to a station or the finish line. So,
we will get to you. There's a chance you could be dropped off. And if we do that, we try to do it at aid stations so you have bathrooms and some snacks available to you while you're waiting. But we know the radios are pretty lively on that day.
I bet it'd be interesting just to do a ride along with you guys and just to see all the action.
It probably would be. That's a thought for a future thing. Or we'll get to. Well, and one of the things we've learned over time, in the old days, we would have single drivers, and we have a few because of the configuration of their vehicle that are single. But, you're trying to operate the radio and drive and deal with new calls, logistics. So all of our big vehicles have what we call a co-pilot.
Sure, that
somebody
makes
to
sense.
manage, and that's been really helpful. As we go through.
So we try to do this, obviously cover all the bases, right?
Right.
We started doing the road closures probably in March. Start working with that, if not earlier, February, and start talking to communities and yada yada.
Yeah.
And again, the sheriffs and the DOTs
and the cities.
and all that in the cities.
Yeah.
It takes a
you're going
village.
through different municipalities.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Without question, takes a village. We didn't get the final approvals until early October. A day later, I was out sending the road closures to the media.
Wow.
So October 8th, I think it was, which is like 3 weeks ahead of previous times.
Really?
So
and that's not very long ago. Honestly, that's a month
because
ago.
we're still
and alerting the various businesses, residences that you might need to use the back entrance to your place
that subdivision or whatever.
Yeah, the HOAs. We try to do that some, and we try to do as much as we can.
Right. And that's the communication is key. Just to let everyone know ahead of time.
Right.
So, I mean, if there is some inconvenience, which for some people there will be, especially if it's, passing right by their neighborhood or whatever.
As Damion said, he's a realtor. He lets them know as well. So
yeah.
One note, if you do happen to need to call in for SAG, try to give us as good a directions or as good instructions about where you are as possible. I recognize you may not be from here, but if you say you're next to the Circle K, that's a common gas station around here. And, last year, I think we literally got a call that said, the Circle K on Nogales Highway. There's at least 3 or 4 of those on the route. So we'll try to narrow it down as much as possible.
Right. I didn't even think about that. But if you're if you're just here for the weekend, you know, and you're from Wyoming or Minnesota or whatever, you don't know any of the streets or landmarks. Or
One of my favorite stories on the old route, we got a call, and I don't remember the name of it, but some street name that we didn't recognize. Now, we do have a lot of resources with people in the operations center with maps and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now we have GPSs, right? But we found out eventually that they were 1 block from Oracle Road, which is one of the major streets that passes through the Tucson area.
Yeah.
But they didn't know. They were 1 block away. They gave the name, whatever, Jefferson Street. And if they knew they were a block from a really major street, we would have found them much faster.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and I'm sure there can be some instances where there's streets that they can't pronounce.
Sure,
Exactly. Because Tucson has a lot of streets that, are different from
you're not used to
Minneapolis or Wyoming or whatever.
The Hispanic pronunciation or the Native American names, yes.
Yeah, just like going to Hawaii, we can't pronounce half of the streets in Hawaii.
Right. Well, you're back now. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
How do you prepare? You got 48 hours?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little ride. I'll probably do like 30 or 35 today.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do a very small ride tomorrow. Yeah, just to keep
Get nervous?
my legs. No, I'm not nervous. Yeah.
No. When you're in the shoot, are you ready to go? I mean, you're not nervous.
Yeah. You're all pumped up and you're full of adrenaline and full of bananas.
Good for you.
Carb loading the night before.
Carb load on Friday night. Yeah. Have some energy gels, ready to go.
I did it the opposite way you did. When I rode, I had not ever done. I think my first century was on my training, and I started like in August.
Oh wow!
And I did at that time. I think it was 109.
Okay.
And those gels, there were places I definitely used them.
Yeah.
And it was great to have that. But
just to have them on you, you know, if you don't take them, then that's fine. But just to have them on you so that you can keep going.
If you don't mind me, you have all these sponsors and stuff.
We do.
How much do you raise for the individuals?
I'm not sure. And we're doing 3 nonprofits this year. But I mean, we'll probably get them each a couple $1,000.
Yeah, good for
wonderful.
You. So, good for you. And at the end of the day, that's the purpose.
Yeah.
At the end of the day of this ride, that's the purpose. That's how it started, with the intention. 42 years later, we've raised to this point, nearly $130 million.
Wow.
We probably anticipate another $8 million this year.
$8 million for charities.
Yeah. For charities.
And the reason that we do it, that we created our own race team and we're doing our own nonprofits, is just we get to handpick those nonprofits. And they're all very small, local nonprofits that we know the people that run them.
Yeah.
So, and we see them networking or in the community.
And they're your friends.
Yeah, they're our friends. Yeah. Exactly. So we're happy to do that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, thank you guys for coming in today. Thank you for coming across town on a rainy Thursday morning.
This is just practice, just in case for Saturday.
For SAG, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck to you.
We're out there, and we're out there in whatever the elements.
That's right.
Good luck to you, Ron.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, that's another episode of Southwest Flavor. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll see you next week.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.